Today's tutorial will be the Gianna and 4.5 inches and full cut from Treto.com. This one is ready to ship. So I chose out these materials. I got white. I have this one. I have this pretty pink glitter. This one's coming soon to Treto.com. So if you're not in the group, definitely join the group Treto DIY. So you'll be the first to know when this glitter comes. And we have these right here. And it's gonna match this little cute little girly here, which is gonna look cute with this little faux leather, the little boots, and the little cowboy hat. So let's get started. So now that we got our template ready to go, let's cut out what we need. So let's move this out of the way. So let's do the print part. That's the always easiest part for me. I always do the second and the wraparound piece, the print. So let's cut that out. So this is the second one. And then we're doing the wraparound. So this one is my second layer. And then I do my wraparound piece, this one. The first layers would be the one that goes on top of the clay. I like doing that one a solid color. So we'll see what looks best. So I like getting my clay and trying to lay it on top to figure out. She kind of blends in pink here. And that blends in too. This one looks okay. She pops more on the white. So we'll do the first layer of white. So let's get this one. Let's cut out our white glitter. So we have the first layer done. We have the second layer done. We have a wraparound piece done. We're gonna figure out the loop next. So the wraparound goes over the loop. So I like getting my wraparound piece and figuring out what makes it pop. I think this one looks really pretty. Or should I use the pink? I think I'm going to use the pink and save this one for the tail. We're going to have these two be the tail. I don't know. I think the hardest part of making bows is figuring out... No, I really like this one though. Figuring out what to use for what. So we'll use this one as the loop. It's really pretty. So since I use this one as the loop, I can't use it as a tail. So this one's going to be the loop. So this one, that's going to go on top of that one. Now our tails, I think I'm going to use the pink and the white then for the tail. So we'll do pink. This is the glitter that I talked about that's coming soon to Treto.com. So if you're not in the group, definitely join the group Treto DIY. And you'll be the first to know when it comes in. And I have her group linked in my bio. So we have that one. And then we're gonna do white. I like using two tails. So the die only comes with one of these, but I always use two tails when I make the Gianna to add another layer. Okay, so we have everything cut. Let's run it through a machine. So I have my die here. Let's place everything on here. So here we have, this piece goes here. We have our small one, make sure everything's covered. So if I see tape, I know it's not covered. Have that one here, and then I need my wraparound piece, which is this one. So this one, it comes in a set of two because they're all full cut. So you do need two separate dies to make this one bow, but it's sold together. We're gonna cover it up. I'm gonna roll it through our Sizzix Big Shot Plus. This is a bigger die, so you do need Sizzix Big Shot Plus, the one that is 9 inches. I got this machine off of Amazon. And Walmart sells it too. And I do have them both linked on my Amazon storefront. Okay, so we have this one, we have this one, and we have this one. Now let's get our second die to finish the rest. So we have this pretty glitter goes here. And then we have two tails. So I have the pink and I have the white. I'm going to stack them together. And then we're going to roll it through. Normally I don't like doing two glitters, but for the sake of this video, we're going to stack them. Okay. Let's cover it up and roll it through our Sizzix Big Shot Plus to cut it out. Okay. Now we're ready to go. We got our two tails, our pink one, our white one, and we got our loop. let's start making our bow. So we're gonna do our tails here. We have our little clay. We have our wraparound piece, layer 1 and layer 2. So I'm gonna start from the top. The first layer is this one. So first things first, we're gonna add hot glue here. Bring these two towards the center and then press down. Like that. And do the same thing onto the other side. Add some glue to my glue gun. Definitely I like using a high-tech glue gun. I get asked what kind of glue gun I use. I use a Sure Bonder, and definitely make sure it's a high temp. The Sure Bonder I have is a detail tip, and I really like this glue gun. So it has a little small tip here. Makes it easier for me. Add hot glue, bring it towards the middle. And then I add hot glue here. Bring it towards the middle, and then we press down. We're going to do the same thing with our next layer, because basically it's the same exact piece, except a little bit bigger. Add hot glue here. Bring these towards the middle. So since this one is faux leather, I am going to use BSI glue when I go over it. I'll show you when. We're going to add hot glue here. Bring this towards the center. So see how our layers went over each other? They're kind of on top of each other. So when I glue this piece over, I like adding a little dab of BSI glue here to make sure that's nice and secure, because regular hot glue is not going to hold faux leather on top of faux leather. So I always add a little dab of BSI glue. So once here is glued, I press it down, and that kind of makes sure it doesn't go nowhere. So same thing on this side. I'm going to add a dab of BSI glue here, and then a little bit here because it's going to go over a little bit. We're going to add hot glue here and bring this over towards the middle, and we're going to press down. So far we have layer 1, we have layer 2. Layer 1, layer 2. Let's do layer 3 and layer 4 kind of go together. So we're going to add hot glue to the middle of this one. Get our wraparound piece. Bring that towards the middle and press down. We're going to flip it over. And we're going to add hot glue here. Bring it this way, press down. We kind of make sure the scallops are even, so we kind of follow the scallops when we press it down. So same thing on the other side. We're going to add hot glue here. Follow the scallops, make sure they're even. And then press down. See how they're aligned up? Make sure they're aligned. We're going to add hot glue here. And basically glue this down where it lands. Press down. Hot glue here. And press down. So this is layer 3 and layer 4. So far we're looking like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the good thing about this though is that you don't have to use all the layers. If you want to not add the first layer and add this one, and not use the wraparound piece and just use this loop, you could take away and make different looks. Okay, let's do number 4 and number 5 are the tails. So since I use white on top, I kind of want the pink to stand out more, so I'm going to put the pink on top. So how I add my layers for my tails is I'm going to glue it diagonally like this to kind of secure the tail on top of this tail. And to align it, I kind of use these peaks and I make W's. So I kind of make a W, a W, a W here, and I go down here and make a W. So that's how I know that my tails are even, because I make little W's all the way around. So since we added glue here, it's time to add glue to this side. We don't want it flapping on us. So I kind of open it up and add hot glue here to secure it as well. Same thing on the other side. I'm gonna add hot glue and kind of secure it together. Okay, so those are our last 2 layers. Let's start stacking. So since this is faux leather, I'm gonna use Bob Smith Industry Glue. I get this off of Amazon. I'm gonna add hot glue back here, not hot glue, BSI glue back here. We're gonna add hot glue onto our tails. So as you know, our tails are diagonal. We wanna layer this loop on top of the white one to make sure it's straight. So when I lay this loop, I'm gonna align it with the white tail on the bottom, so I won't get confused. I don't want my bow to be crooked. So even though it's pink up here, the white is aligned with this loop here, and that's how I want it. Once we add all the other layers, you won't see that pink one right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers. Let's add our 5th layer. I'm gonna use a little bit more BSI glue. So every time you have faux leather, I add Bob Smith Industry Glue. and I add hot glue to the other one. We're gonna stack this one on top. Make sure our print is the right direction, like that. So we're looking like this, super cute, but we're gonna add another layer. So every time I add a clay to a bow, I always make sure my top layer is a solid color for the clay can pop, and this clay to be the centerpiece. The focal point, that is the word I'm looking for, the focal point. We're gonna add hot glue here, and I'm gonna stick this one on top. So now we're looking like this. Look how cute. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. So now it's time to attach our little girly. She's gonna look super cute. She's gonna tie everything in perfectly. So to attach a clay, I like using Stick Fast, the thick kind. This one here. And Starbond Accelerator. These are my go-tos to add clays to bows. And I use 2 strips of glitter. So here's my 2 strips. I use one for an elevation piece and one for a center strip. So this one is my center strip. This one's elevation. Then I get my clay and look at the back of it. So she is a wide clay. So I'm probably gonna do my elevation horizontal. If she was a skinny clay, I would do it up and down vertical. But since I'm gonna put this piece here, no one's gonna see it because she's wide because of her hair. I'm gonna do it horizontal. So we get our strip of glitter here, the long one. I'm gonna add hot glue to the middle of it, and I'm gonna fold over. And I kind of fold over to like the width of the middle of the bow. So like that's the width. And I kind of go off the back of the clay as well. The width of the back of the clay. And then we're gonna keep on folding over. And then we're gonna figure out what height we want it. We don't want it too tall, but we want it like enough to elevate it. So I think, if you don't know, you can always go back and kind of measure it. And that looks good. You don't want it too high. Okay. So we're gonna add hot glue here to kind of close it off. Stick it on, press down, and we're gonna cut off what we don't need. It's my little scissors here. Drop that off. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get hot glue. Since it's glitter on glitter, I'm using hot glue. And I'm gonna do it horizontally because she's a white clay. Grab this piece where I cut it off and put it towards the bottom. And I'm gonna press down. Press down, make sure it's nice and stuck on there. So we're looking like this. But once we add our little girl, no one's gonna see it, see? Now she's elevated, she's not smushing our layers. Our layers are still nice and fluffy, so it's perfect. So now we're gonna go back here and add our center strip. We're gonna add hot glue back here. Grab our center strip, glue that down. Make sure it's nice and secure because we're about to tug on this. We're gonna add hot glue all here. Go up, hot glue on top, hot glue going down. Then I kind of put my fingers here, kind of separate it. I'm going to go over this way and go over here. Here I'm going to put my finger and I'm going to tug at it and make sure it's nice and secure. Like this. Make sure it's nice and secure. And I kind of pinched the edges. So where I added hot glue here and I added hot glue here, make sure it's nice and pinched. And now I know that it's all the way secure all the way around it. And now I can cut off this excess because I don't need that either. Let's do it here. Okay, so now that we're like this, we are going to make sure our print is the way we want it. We want the boots facing us. We don't want our bow, our little girly to be upside down, right? So make sure the print is correct. Once that is correct, we're going to grab our Stick Fast and our Starbond Accelerator. So this is my older one. Let me get my new one. So first we're going to Stick Fast. We're going to add hot glue on top. And a little bit goes a long way. So right now I'm just spreading it. Okay, that's good enough. So you have a little glossy layer of Stick Fast. Then I'm going to get my little girl here. And I'm going to spray her with the Starbond Accelerator. I'm going to flip her over. I'm going to spray her 2 times. And then quickly put her on the middle of the bow. So I'm going to do this off camera. 1 spray. 2 sprays. I sprayed her twice. I'm going to flip her over. And I want to center her to where we want her at. Make sure your hand is dry. And then we're going to add a little bit of pressure and hold down for 10 to 20 seconds. And this basically does is it cures the Stick Fast. So it dries on clear. It takes literally 10 to 20 seconds to cure it. And it's a lifesaver. Like literally it saves me so much time. I really, really, really like the Starbond Accelerator. Okay. Look how cute. Look how cute. Okay, shake her now. not going nowhere. Okay, so now that the bow is done, let's get our alligator clip. So this one's 4.5 inches. I'm still gonna use the 60 mm. So I'm gonna grab my alligator clip. I don't have mine lined. So let me grab our 1/4 inch gold grain ribbon, and I'm gonna cut it to 4.5 inches. So go through here. Here's my 4.5 inches. I use my little rotary cutter to cut that out. I'm gonna get my lighter. I'm gonna heat seal both ends. Grab my glue gun. I make a strip of hot glue right here. Then I like standing up my alligator clip and then laying it down. Standing up, laying it down, and then we rub. Make sure it's nice and stuck on there. This is how I line my clips. We're gonna flip her over. We're gonna add a generous amount of hot glue onto the back of our alligator clip. And then we're gonna stick it onto the back of the bow. Like this. And how like press down and add some pressure to make sure it's nice and stuck on there. So once I'm doing that, I'm gonna open up my alligator clip. Make sure that this doesn't cover up the teeth. And it does cover the teeth a little bit. So I'm going to trim it off just a little bit. Then we're gonna add hot glue to this little tab right here. Open up our alligator clip, put it towards the middle, and then press down. Then we're going to open it up again. I add hot glue here. Bring this towards the middle. Grab my X-Acto, and I kind of rub it to make sure it's nice and secure. Like that. And ta-da, our bow is done. I'm gonna grab my bow card and grab my ruler and add it to our bow card. This is the Gianna 402 and 4.5 inches in full cuts from Treto.com. It makes a stunning bow. Makes making overtop bows so much easier. So this one is ready to ship on the website. The bow dies look like this. So it comes in 2. So you'll get 2 of them when you order it. And it makes this stunning bow. Available at Treto.com.